Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name's Miriam Meadow. I'm Workforce Development Librarian with Oakland Public Library, and I'm so glad that you've joined us today for our Job Help Spotlight with Success Centers. In a moment, I'm going to drop a couple of links from the library that are very useful for job help in the community, especially our Oakland Has Jobs Instagram account. But what we're here for today is to hear our guests from Success Centers talk about the programs that they have that provide job help to community members. So I'm so pleased to have Samantha Twall, who is Program Manager with Success Centers, and Dominique Alexandra, Job Developer with Success Centers. Thank you so much for being here and welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. My name again is Samantha Twall. I'm the program manager. And I have my colleague here, Dominique, who will go through the presentation with you all. So thank you and welcome.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Again, my name is Dominique Alexandra. I am a job developer here at Success Centers. Has anybody else heard about Success Centers prior to this spotlight? You could do a reaction of any sort, thumbs up, thumbs not. Well, I'll just let you know a little bit about the history of Success Centers. It's a 40-year legacy and initially started when the Supreme Court judge in San Francisco decided that a lot of the people that were being incarcerated were due to economic oppression, not necessarily because they were bad people, but for the reason due to people trying to get the basic necessities, food, shelter, housing, clothing. So they decided that they will have a grant to support workforce development. It was given to Miss Liz Jackson. She has an engineer background, but also was a probation officer. Since then, she has been raising like millions of dollars to pour into the community to support people with job training and job placement. So we have three different tracks. Initially, again, it was for the reentry population, but now we're getting it expanded to marginalized individuals as well as people that are advanced because as we know, due to the current climate, there are a lot of people that are looking for jobs. And I will be able to let you know how we can specifically help you with that throughout the presentation. Any questions? All right. So overview of Success Centers programs and services. You go over to the next slide. So we did the welcome and introduction, a brief background of the programs and services. We're going to go through the benefits of the membership, questions and answers, and the next steps to help you unlock access to our services here at Success Centers. So if you do not have a GED or high school diploma, have no worries. We have resources to support you with that as well. We have a career center here in San Francisco and in Oakland. There you could be able to have, you guys ever heard of the co-working space? That often costs a lot of money, but guess what? You can get it here for free. We are a nonprofit, so you can get access to our computers, you can get access to print out things, and if you need help with filling out an application for a job that you're interested in, we support you with that as well. We have a career advisor here, Ms. Jasmine Davis, and then I'm the person that works in the back end to help you with getting connected with the hire managers with specific jobs of your choice. So it's a great resource. We are open Monday through Thursday here in Oakland, Monday through Thursday in San Francisco. And the hours is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. is when you could come into the office. And also the first step is the mandatory orientation, which is held every Monday at 10 a.m. in our Oakland office at 2577 MacArthur Boulevard. We also have a credible messengers program, just understanding that when you're released, we're not waiting until people get released from detention facilities. We have a program where we have mentors that go into the detention facilities, get to know people there, and then try to figure out ways and where we can match them with services before they are released so that they're not coming out just bare without anything. So that's our credible messengers program that is in San Francisco and San Mateo. We also have several affordable housing properties in Soma and Potrero Hill District. And then also we have a construction program where you could get industry standard certifications so you can qualify for union-based jobs when you finish the program. That's competitive wage, be able to afford rent, be able to take care of your family, obviously. We have expansion where it just isn't with the youth. The youth age, the transitional age is between 18 to 24. That's what the specific funding is for that one. But we also have additional funding if you're over that age. We just also a highlight that I'm really excited about this program. We were able to put together a team to send to help rebuild Altadena, and they are making $48 an hour. So yes, I really enjoy supporting this program for that. Also, we have the Young Adult Subsidized Employment Program that's based in San Francisco, but also we have some other things that are going to be working in Alameda County. And that is when we find an employer of your choice, and we will pay up to, I believe, 500 hours for that. You get to do the training throughout that 500 hours. If you do really well, then we expect for them to hire you. Obviously, if there's some issues, they wouldn't want you to stay on board, but that's our investment with making sure that you can get on-job training. The equity for industry cannabis program. That is, by the way, there's no other program like this. They did have a program in Oakland, but I don't know what happened. It lost funding, but this program is well established. That is if you're interested in working in the cannabis industry, whether you want to work at any of the dispensaries. We have access to, I believe it's 46 dispensaries throughout San Francisco and expanding in the East Bay as well. So if you want to get a job at the dispensary, learn the POS system, whatever it is, we have the training program for that. Or if, say, you want to start one, you could definitely work with Miss Angela White, the director of that program, and she can help you navigate that journey. We just do not touch the plant. We provide the training, but we do not touch the plant. Okay. But there's other resources out there that we could connect you with if that's something that you want to do. I do have another organization that for Bud Tender that can help you with that as well. So the arts, we have a youth hub in San Francisco. We built a music studio there. And then also it's a beautiful space. It used to be the Mezzanine, which was a club in downtown San Francisco, very prime real estate area. And in that youth hub, we're going to have a lot of arts programs and expanding here in Oakland. We're working on some development here where you could be able to tap into the arts because we recognize you as a whole person. It's not just about getting you a job. It's also about tapping into all of your inner strengths, helping you realize, how great you are. So our mission statement is education, employment, and the arts. And we see that as a whole. So definitely ask about that if you're interested in some programs that are in the arts. Job readiness trainings and life skill programs. As I talked about before, the history, it started with reentry population, but we're going to have different levels. Like if you're part of the reentry population, we have programs and services that are unique to you. If you're entry level, say you just need more experience, or maybe you finished college or you're doing some vocational training, we'll be able to assist you with that. Whatever type of program you want to get involved in, just let us know. And we'll do that during the assessment after the orientation. And then also we have like growth mindset and fixed mindset, just to really tap into your personality as well. And if you're part of the accelerated, that means you have a lot of experience, but you're not understanding why you're not getting a job right now. I could be able to support you with that, help you get through the ATS, because as we know, AI is pretty much doing the pre-screening for everything, but we are the only humans on the block that are doing pre-screening for free, okay? And we're gonna help you get through that, and we're gonna help connect you to an actual person if you qualify for the job. So that's the perk of that. We do mock interviews as well. It's a lot of perks to doing our JRT program, as well as other programs that we have collaborations with throughout the Bay Area. We can go to the next slide. Did someone have a question? I believe someone had a question. Let me look. Let's see, chat.
Miriam is checking the chat for us to make sure that we have, we're answering questions. And Q&A is at the end, so we can do that as well.
Okay, cool. All right, so access to the business centers at all Success Center sites. Again, once you do the mandatory orientation, San Francisco is held Monday through Thursday every day. Our Oakland office is held at 10 a.m. every Monday. And that will give you access to all of our computers, printers, scanning, and assistance with computer support, job shirts, websites that we're already connected with, weekly update unemployment training and resource binders, whatever it is that you're going through, say you're looking for housing, say you're looking for childcare, whatever it is, you will be able to find that in our resource binder, which is updated as well. We're always added onto that database. You can come in anytime during office hours to be able to get access to that binder. The weekly update with employment. We have what we call the employer spotlight. We have employer spotlights in San Francisco and also in Oakland about 2 to 3 times a month. The most recent employer that we had was Allied Universal. Universal, I don't know if you heard of them, but yes, they're everywhere. So we had the hiring manager come here and educate people on the different roles that are available. And we had their email where you could talk directly with the hiring manager. In San Francisco, they are doing a pilot where it's only just a robot that you're talking to, but here you're lucky in East Bay, you actually get to talk to a person. And then also one thing that we do is barrier removal. So if we discover that there may be something that can stop you from securing employment, you qualify for it, but say, for instance, you can't afford a guard card, which could be between $150 to $350. We have some events that are happening, especially actually like this Thursday, we're going to do a class where you could get the training and get your guard card as well, do it all in one. So we try to find ways to move those barriers that keep you from getting employment. So that's what we do for that. Also work one-on-one with the career advisor. If any of you been to college, usually it's optional to get connected with the career advisor. But again, this is for free. Imagine that you have a companion that you can talk to. Hey, this is what I want to do. It's not just about getting you a job. It's about really just exploring the type of career direction that you want to go and having a support network that can help you actualize those goals. So that's what your career advisor does. And then also she will do an assessment and she will let me know what it is that you need, the type of jobs that you're looking for, and I'll go out there and find it for you. If you don't find it at the employer spotlights, then you could definitely find it on a one-on-one with your career advisor. And again, about the employer spotlight. So we did Allied Universal last week, and we're doing childcare careers this week. So if you're interested in any position, say for instance, you want to be a teacher, you want to be a site director, a supervisor, anything with childcare, definitely come to an employer spotlight for that at 11 a.m. this Wednesday at our Oakland office. So access to personality assessments, we understand that there is no such thing as a one size fit all. When you take the personality assessment, that's going to help us tailor something that's for you and help you actually feel secure. Hey, this was something that was tailored for me. Maybe I should go inside this direction because I know that I'll be most happy in that direction. So, and then I talked about the monthly employer spotlight. We pre-screen candidates. That's the benefit that you have about coming here to Success Centers. We all know when you look at the application, they ask you for references, or you may put it on your resume. Imagine if you have a whole organization that's your reference. After you went through some of the training that we have and we really get to know you and we pre-screen you, then we forward you to a hiring manager. So it's a process. And don't worry if you don't have interview attire, or if you don't feel confident, we'll do as many interviews as you need so that you can show up with complete confidence, and resume support as well. You may need several resumes because this time and age is not just about doing one resume. You will have your master resume, but you have to actually tailor your resume for every single job that you apply to. So we support you with that as well. So housing referrals, we connect with a lot of community-based organizations, whether it's funding that you need to pay for a deposit, or, where can you point me to where there's affordable housing? We have resources for that as well. Let me go to the next slide.
We do have a couple questions coming through in the chat.
Oh, okay.
The first is, besides the mandatory orientation, what else is mandatory for job seekers to be part of the program?
Well, that's
I can add to that. So initially how that would start is they would have to come in for an orientation. And when they do paperwork with us, we just need their ID. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just that. If they have a resume, we do ask that they bring it just so we could take a look at it and just have it on file for when they return. But that's about it, just those two. And if they don't have a resume, that's totally fine. Because again, like Dominique just mentioned, we'll support them with generating one or a few.
Okay, another question. As for assisting folks in reentry, what support's given to anyone with a felony background? And do you invite employers who are felony friendly?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, that is the foundation of how this was started. So you have a felony, we'll talk. We have we're connected to an expungement clinic. We go to conferences where we nurture relationships with reentry friendly employers. there's a lot of programs that we have coming down the pipeline. So I definitely recommend that you come to the orientation and we'll be able to provide access for that.
Great. And then there's an ask to email out the monthly employer spotlight flyer. And what's the best way that somebody could receive that besides following Oakland Has Jobs and seeing it on the Instagram account? Because it's on there right now.
That's a great question. If you follow our social media, our website, we post it on there. And then also, if you come into our office, we have flyers for that that you can take home and post on your fridge. And then also, I go to a lot of community-based organizations and I'm leaving flyers everywhere. So if you want to know about it, just clock in with any of our handles and you'll be able to know.
Okay, great. We're caught up. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, so weekly meetings that will be with your career advisor. Again, you get to get a free assistant with that. Isn't that cool? And then also, even though the question about mandatory, it says mandatory for showing up this as you want the results of your success. If you constantly communicate, if you're showing up with a career advisor at least once a week, if you're checking your email, because I'm going to tell you, we have referred people to hiring managers and they don't even, they're not even checking their email. It's not our job to check your email and remind you about it. So I would say if there's anything that is mandatory, it's how you show up, right? So definitely check your emails, check in with us, drop by the office, stay in contact. That way we know, okay, you're really serious. You really are looking for employment, and anything that comes up that you think like, hey, I want to do this, but this may, be a problem. Can you help me with this? This is a safe space. You can open up with us about that as well. So yeah, I would say it's only as mandatory as you make it with that. Okay. And that's part of the assessment. We'll determine what your next steps is. Also the short-term, long-term goal planning. How are you going to know where you're going to go if you don't write it down? It's mapping. When you get in the navigator, get in the car, you have to put the destination, then it's giving you all of these different directions on how to get there. That's part of what the goal mapping is. So we help support you with that as well. Yeah, the job search, we talked about this. Again, we talked about the YAYS program, a young adult subsidized employment between the age of 18 and 24. That's a really great program. It works like an internship and you get paid at the same time. So yes, definitely, if you have any questions about that, let your career advisor know once you do your mandatory orientation. We go to the next slide. So clients are to go through an assessment with a career advisor before receiving employment services to ensure their basic needs are met on a day-to-day basis. Support with obtaining right to work documents, transportation. I don't know, maybe you need a Clipper card, union dues. Again, we have a construction program. I literally seen it with my own eyes. I started 3 months ago and I was so happy that we were able to pay $700 worth of union dues, dues for a couple of construction workers. So yes, it is real. You can get support. So that's part of the barrier removals as well. Interview and work attire, employment training fees with a certificate of completion. And then we do expect we're going to put you on a 30 to 60 to 90 day retention plan. So we're not just going to help you find a job. We're going to also hold your hand through there to make sure that, you're doing well. Is there anything else that you need? We go to the next slide.
I do want to just elaborate a little bit more on the barrier removal and the process here. So this is not a program where anybody can just come through, walk through our doors and say, hey, I need these type of services. We have to make sure that our clients are coming in on a daily, or not on a daily, I'm sorry, on a weekly basis, that, they're in our system and that they're consistent with their job search before we can offer them barrier removal service. Again, because we are a workforce development agency, we are a little strict about what we can offer. So what you see here on this slide is what we offer. Anything regarding workforce, or I'm sorry, employment, we support. If we do an assessment, or when we do an assessment and we see that a client, let's say, needs housing support, or they're on the verge of, getting kicked out or they need food for their family or themselves, then we can support them other ways. But it wouldn't be through our barrier removal services. We would have to venture out and then start sending out referrals, calling people that we know, and then that's how we would support. So again, it's very strict. It's really only for workforce and employment stuff only. Just wanted to add that.
Thank you for that, Samantha.
No problem.
Yes, again, it's only as mandatory as how you show us how you show up, right? That's
Exactly.
super important. The more you show up, the more you get access, you get unlock access to resources. So that's what we do. If it's out of our scope as well, we formulate partnerships with people who do have access to those resources. So again, if that's an issue, high school diploma, GED, we have a partnership to support you with that as well. Open enrollment year round. Come into our office anytime to get started. Must be between the ages of 16 and 24. School hours between the hours of 8 to 2 p.m. This is where it's located for that particular one. But we also have a partnership for Oakland too that I'm working on as well.
And this school is called our Early Morning Study Academy, which is also known as our EMSA program.
Mm-hmm. So this is more information about the YAYS program, Young Adult Subsidized Employment Program. The ages between 18 and 24. You start off at $18 to $20 per hour, up to 300 hours in the program. Career exploration, again, this is like an internship. So this will allow you to get hands-on training. You do continue the job readiness training, which is, the mock interviews, the resume support to help with developing your LinkedIn branding, which is very huge now. If you don't have a LinkedIn, definitely get that started and we can help you build your LinkedIn as well. That is where a lot of employers are looking at first before they even call you. They're going to look at your LinkedIn. They have to see some type of online activity, some type of professional online activity. So support with paid work experience in tech, construction, and healthcare. Go to the next slide. Okay, so every Wednesday from 10 to 3:30 p.m. Again, our career advisors should be able to let you know what training you're going to do every week. And this elaborates more on what I just discussed, how to create a LinkedIn profile, create a digital business card. We want to get you ahead of the game where you're ready. Network is everything. You want to be able to have something flash in front of people, say, hey, you can connect with me here. That definitely shows that you're really serious about securing employment. So it's super important that you get that started as well. Financial literacy, we have a lot of partnerships with that as well. Email etiquette, you're going to be checking your email and answering a lot of emails in the process of looking for a job, because we all know looking for a job is a job in itself. So we could be able to support you with email etiquette, resume and cover letter workshop, how to job search, dress for success, effective communication, and mock interviews. Anybody have any questions about any of those slides? Okay, so how can I get my hand on the presentation? Can you email it since you provide a lot of information? I'm not taking notes. You want to take that, Samantha?
This is Miriam. I can hop in on that. I have a copy of the presentation and I will email it to all registrants after the session, along with the recording of the session, if you'd like to review it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is a lot of information, I know. We are a resource hub. And there's more, which is the reason why we have a binder for that. We're constantly adding on to it. So even if you have the presentation, stopping by the office, you're going to discover more as well, because we're updated in real time. So it's a lot to try to, add into one presentation and the website. But coming into the office, you'll be able to get the latest in real time. So also, we talked about the construction program, getting your CPR certification. These are basic things that you need if you want to work in construction. I really love the construction program because you're getting so many skills. Also, what is not on here, you get a Microsoft literacy training certification as well. Assistance with overcoming life's barriers. I don't know, maybe you need some construction boots. Maybe there's something that's going on. If you're a part of this program, that means that you definitely have to, you're going to be showing up a lot more consistent in order to get your training to be certified. And then afterwards, that's when you complete this program, you have the first dibs on getting job placement with union-based jobs.
I do want to add something to the construction training program. If you are between the ages of 18 and 24 and do not have a high school diploma or a GED, it is mandatory that the first couple of hours of class you attend our school. And that is because in order to work in the union, you do have to have a high school diploma or a GED. So they want to make sure that you obtain that while you're in the program so that once you graduate, you're ready to go. Ready for the next slide?
Yes, and if you are interested in a construction program, definitely please share that with your career advisor and she will connect you with the director. One-stop career center services. And that is our presentation. There seems to be a lot of overlap between success centers and one-stop career center services. Are we connected? I'm always connecting with our community-based organizations. You may see some of my flyers there. What's happening is we all do things differently, but we all do have a focus. Obviously, so some things may be out of their scope and some things may be out of our scope. So we definitely do connect. We're formulating like the Avengers. There's a lot of people that need help. So you're definitely going to see some overlap, but we all do offer something unique and we all are supporting each other.
Yes. Any other questions?
Wow, thank you so much. I'm really impressed by the breadth and the depth of what you're offering as far as job support goes to the community. Um, so I see another question just came through the chat, and if anybody wants to come off mic and ask questions, now's a good time to do that. But for now, are you open to outreaching to nonprofits? We have a participant who would like to invite somebody from Success Centers to talk to staff there.
Absolutely. Drop them in the chat and we will definitely stop by. And if you have a name as well, so that when we stop by, we know who we're asking for.
Yeah, this is
But
Noel. Good morning to you.
good morning. This is where? I'm sorry, who?
The Noel from East Oakland Community Project.
Oh, hi, hi.
Yeah, I just sent you the question about outreaching to our community. So in the past, we have had Success Center come to our center, come to our place to talk to our staff about the services that you provide.
Absolutely. And what I can do is I can put my email address right here in the chat for you.
Okay.
And then send me an email and let's coordinate a date and time.
Oh, great. Thank you.
No problem. And if you'd like us to do it in person, we also can do in-person presentations. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Dominic, thank you for your input in today's presentation. It was really helpful.
You're welcome. I'm glad to see you here, and definitely from what I know, this presentation, because I see that you said if someone asked a question, is it okay to send someone to the employer spotlight if they have not attended orientation yet? Yes, they can. That is when we could do their intake form as well, and then we'll schedule them for the next week orientation as well. But absolutely come to that. And this is a recording. So you could also, along with this presentation, you could share this video recording as well to people. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to ask a question regarding the Instagram account. Is it managed by the Oakland Public Library?
No, it's actually managed by our social media team.
Oh, by Success Center. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's a couple different Instagram accounts. Success Centers has an account that's very active. Definitely follow them. And then Oakland Has Jobs is an Instagram account
Okay,
that
okay.
is
That's another
managed by
one.
Oakland Library.
Okay.
Yes, and the staff that manages the social media, they are former YAYS participants as well. So yeah, you get to see, what they've learned here and how they have made this a career. So it's very inspirational to see. Any other questions? Yeah, so definitely email Miss Samantha Twall if you have any additional questions. And thank you for coming to our spotlight.
Yes, thank
Thank
you
you.
all. Thank you, Miriam, for having us.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Thanks a lot, ladies.
Enjoy your week.